Picture this, you're 15 years old. You've sacrificed your entire childhood for one dream, and suddenly you're told that very dream might literally kill you. That was the terrifying reality for a young boy when his mother noticed something was seriously wrong. She recalled his heart raced a lot when he wasn't running. What happened next was an absolute medical emergency that came incredibly close to ending the career of the most physically dominant athlete we've ever seen before it even began.
Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving deep into the man behind the staggering global success, Cristiano Ronaldo. We're going to deconstruct his journey right from the very beginning. As you'll see, to truly understand his monumental achievements, we have to look directly at the immense personal, physical, and mental barriers he had to smash through to reach the absolute pinnacle of sports. So let's get right into it.
Here's our agenda for today so we can get a full 360-degree view of his life. 1. The boy from Madeira. 2. A heartbeat away. 3. Discipline beats genius. 4. Smashing global records. And finally, 5. Beyond the pitch.
Let's kick things off with Section 1, The Boy from Madeira, Origins and Hardships. You know, this whole legendary story almost didn't happen at all. Growing up, his family lived in severe poverty. In fact, things were so difficult that his mother, Dolores, actually considered terminating the pregnancy. On top of that, his father, Jose, struggled heavily with alcoholism. But here's the crucial turning point. It was his father, working as a kitman at a local club, who first introduced Cristiano to football. So yes, it was a profoundly challenging and unpredictable home environment, but it planted the seed for his entire future. Talk about needing resilience, right? Look at this timeline. At 11, his talent is spotted by scout Aurelio Pereira, but the very next step, incredibly difficult. At just 12 years old, he leaves his family and moves to Lisbon completely alone. His scout said he cried every single day from intense homesickness. Then, at 14, his fiery temper gets him expelled from school for literally throwing a chair at a teacher. He decided right then to quit academics and go all in on the pitch, and well, it paid off. By 16, he successfully passes the trial for Sporting's first team. 25,000 euros. That's it. That was the incredibly modest price tag attached to a 12-year-old Cristiano. His hometown club, Nacional, essentially sent him to Sporting just to settle a 25,000 euro debt they owed. To put that into perspective, the guy who would go on to become the most expensive player of his generation literally started his career as a way to balance the books. Crazy, right?
Moving on to Section 2, A Heartbeat Away, the medical emergency.
So at 15 years old, boom, Ronaldo is diagnosed with tachycardia. This is a rare heart condition where your resting heart rate is abnormally fast. We're talking exceeding 100 beats per minute while doing absolutely nothing. For a young athlete whose entire ambition revolves around pushing his cardiovascular system to its absolute limit, this was a massive roadblock. It carries severe risks, including heart failure or sudden cardiac arrest. And this wasn't just a silent issue. The stakes were incredibly high. He faced some truly terrifying physical symptoms: chest pain, shortness of breath, dizziness, fainting, and pounding heart palpitations. His family was terrified. They honestly thought this diagnosis meant the absolute end of his football dreams before they even really got off the ground. But check out this rapid medical turnaround. First, doctors swiftly diagnosed the electrical activity of his heart using an ECG. Next, they take him in for surgery, using a laser to cauterize the source of that irregular heartbeat. Incredibly, the operation took place in the morning and he was discharged by the afternoon. In and out. And proving he has just an unmatched level of drive, he was right back to training in a matter of days.
All right, Section 3. Discipline beats genius, path to a phenom.
Think about the intense early vulnerabilities he faced. Extreme poverty, crying every day from homesickness, going through heart surgery as a teenager. But he countered every single one of those setbacks with an unstoppable drive. He absolutely did not just coast on natural talent. He implemented 5 to 6 hours of daily training, even on holidays, paired with laser-focused diet control. He completely engineered his own physical stamina from the ground up. He actually summed it up perfectly himself. Talent without working hard is nothing. And this isn't just a catchy phrase for an interview. It's his entire life philosophy. He fundamentally attributes his staggering success to relentless effort and self-control, valuing that way more than just innate genius. And let me tell you, that disciplined effort was so obvious on the pitch that it commanded immediate respect from the absolute greats of the game. During a 2003 preseason friendly between Sporting and Manchester United, his skill and his work rate completely stunned the opposition. He was so undeniably impressive that the legendary manager Sir Alex Ferguson demanded his club sign the teenager right then and there, at halftime. That's a real game changer.
Let's jump to Section 4, Smashing Global Records, Statistical Avalanche. 450. That is his staggering club record tally of goals for Real Madrid. And get this, he did it in just 438 games. Averaging more than a goal a game over nearly a decade is just an incomprehensible level of performance. It was during this era that he absolutely dominated, securing 4 of his 5 Ballon d'Or awards.
And what's truly amazing is that his value didn't just fade away with time. At 33 years old, an age when most forwards are visibly declining, Italian champions Juventus paid a historic 112 million euros, or 99.2 million pounds, to sign him from Real Madrid. It was hailed in Italy as the deal of the century. It just proved that his insanely disciplined lifestyle gave him unprecedented longevity in the sport. And of course, this dominance translates perfectly to the international stage. With 143 goals, he is the highest men's international goal scorer in history. Just look at the damage he's done to top opponents. 11 goals against Luxembourg, 9 against Hungary, and 7 each against Armenia and Sweden. No matter who's on the other side of the pitch, his intense preparation yields historic results.
Finally, we reach Section 5, Beyond the Pitch, the man behind the stats.
Despite his immense wealth and global fame, he has strict personal rules that keep him grounded and connected back to humanity. For instance, he famously has no tattoos specifically so that he can regularly donate blood. And his philanthropy? It's massive. He literally auctioned off his 2013 Ballon d'Or for $800,000 for the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and his 2011 Golden Boot for $1.6 million to help fund school construction in Gaza. By acting as an ambassador for charities like Save the Children and UNICEF, he constantly uses his global platform to help others facing the exact kind of poverty he once knew.
Which brings us to our final thought for today. Cristiano Ronaldo took a life defined by immense early obstacles, crushing poverty, severe homesickness, and a failing heart, and transformed it into a global legacy through sheer, unrelenting dedication. So the question I want to leave you with today is this: if talent without hard work really is nothing, what will your discipline build? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I hope it sparked your curiosity.